Flight Boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about, well, in this little segment that I've been doing right here, I'm going to continue the series when we talk about Venus and all that. But right now, this is the relationship between the Sun and Mercury. So your Sun sign, and with this segment, this is going to be what makes your sign this. You know what I'm saying? So right now this depends on the Mercury placement. We know the Mercury can only be in 3 signs. We know it can only be in the sign that your Sun sign is in, or the sign previously to your Sun sign, or the sign that comes after your Sun sign, because of the distance from the Sun and the degrees. So right here, this is going to be called what makes Pisces dreamers. So what makes Pisces a dreamer? So let's talk about Pisces first. Pisces is mutable water. Mutable water is being changeable and being adaptable to its own or others' ways of emotions and feelings. So right here, Pisces likes to connect to other people's emotions and feelings. It can walk into a room and feel the emotions and feelings that's going on in there. So when it's time to detach, it can become this fish and go this way. But when it's time to connect, it can become this fish and go that way. Yeah, that way. You know what I'm saying? Front on the track like a Segway. Ooh, bad bougie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. You know, so they're very into music, and they're very into and feeling the flow of things, because music is a form of connection. Music is a form of fluid, something you can connect your emotions and feelings to and have a thought, which is the spirit. Music is connected to the spirit, physical, and the fluid, but more to the spiritual and the fluid, but heavily into the fluid, because it makes you in your soul, because it makes you feel a certain way about it. So this what makes Pisces musicians, because they're able to connect to the collective emotions and the collective feelings, and able to know how everybody feel and create a music that everyone can feel, everyone can gravitate towards, because that's what they're able to do. They're able to connect with everyone else's emotions and feelings and come up with a broad perspective and wisdom and knowledge and learning and experience level of how everyone should feel and how everyone really should put their feelings in a box, in their emotional box. So you know what I'm saying, right here, just when the Sun is here, the Sun illuminates, the Sun shines, so it gives light to the dreams. It makes people see the dreams. So you want to express your dreams, you want other people to see your dreams. So that's what the Sun here being in Pisces. So right here you have the 3 types of Pisces dreamers. Now you have the creative dreamer, which would be Mercury in Pisces, Sun sign Pisces. Then you have the practical dreamer, which would be the not the practical dreamer, but the intellectual dreamer. Sorry about that. Then you have the intellectual dreamer, which would be the Mercury and Aquarius Pisces. And then you have the spiritual dreamers, which will be the Mercury and Aries Pisces. So let's start off with the because I wrote this down. I wrote this on my phone for y'all don't think I'm reading something. Everything is self-centered here. I learn things from within inside me, not from what's external. Now, okay, so now you have 3 Pisces dreamer types. So let's start off with the creative dreamer. That's Pisces. That's Mercury being in Pisces when your Sun sign is Pisces. So Mercury don't like to be here, but the gift that it may have is Mercury is thinking and communication and analyzing. So we know it's placed in mutable water. So we know it's going to be thinking and analyzing and communicating. Well, not so much communicating in this point, because when it does, it's going to be kind of filtered through a lot of stuff that may not know how to communicate. But a lot of times it's going to be analyzing and thinking about its dreams, its fantasies, its creativities, its illusions, its imaginations, how other people may feel, how other people may be emotionally connected to them or others, and how to apply themselves with it. So this is what your mind on. This is what you're thinking about. Remember, when it comes to Mercury, it's not actually feeling. It's just the Mercury being placed in feelings. So you're thinking about feelings now. So you know what I'm saying? You're thinking about other people's emotions. You're thinking about being connected. You're thinking about your dreams. So then when your sun sign is in Pisces also, you place this into action. You just might start expressing it. So when you express it, a lot of times talking deals with expressing. And a lot of times you may talk, a lot of people may not know exactly what you mean, but they might pick up on your spirit, pick up on your energy and be like, okay, but I could get behind this person. You know what I'm saying? They may just sense it. Also, but then you have them down, discouraged ones also that could be placed here when you have Mercury here, that don't want to actually communicate or actually express what they actually see because they got a doubt about it, or they discouraged about it, or they not self confident about it, so they get kind of hesitant on letting it out. And then when other people pick up hesitation, they play on that. Other people's spirits play on that without even knowing it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, because they be picked up by beings and shit. And by you being a Pisces in general, you're in that realm, so you're able to see when other people are being used as vessels. So it's up to you to use that other fish to detach and go and swim and put your wave in that direction and not in that direction. It's important. So if you're one of them passive Pisces that go ahead and just go with all flows, you're gonna be being caught up in all other people's raptors and stuff like that. When you could just go ahead and get confirmation and know when to separate your wave and go in a different direction. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get them hard, mind-made-up Pisces. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell them nothing. If you make them feel any kind of way that separates yourself from them feeling whole, they gonna kill you. So you better watch the fuck out. But yeah, you know, that's Mercury. That's the creative dreamer, because you're in your thoughts and the way you think and communicating about things is in your dreams, and then you want to express these to the best way you can. So you may even dance out whether people, or act out whether people understand you or not, when you have the Mercury. And because the sun helps Mercury, because Mercury hates to be in Venus. I mean, Mercury hates to be and Pisces by itself, but when you have the sun here, this is the actual same sun Mercury signs that can actually help your Mercury. Now, because people can end up liking your disingenuousness. People could end up liking that you may not know how to fully express your articulate all the way. You know what I'm saying? People might like that from you. They just might like being around you because you know how to express it, you know how to dance and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how to make people feel good and shit. Now let's go to the practical dreamer. That's if you got Mercury. I mean, not practical. Why I keep saying practical? The intellectual dreamer. Now the intellectual dreamer. That's if you got. See, I wrote this all down in paragraphs. I'm all mixed up. Now the intellectual dreamer is if you got Mercury and Aquarius. Now with Mercury and Aquarius right here, this is the intellectual dreamer. So right here, you play, what is Aquarius? Aquarius is fixed air. So that's being fixated on its own thinking and communication. So when you place that in, the way you think and analyze and communicate amongst things, right here you're going to be thinking and communicating on your own way of thinking, your own way of, so you're going to be trying to share your thoughts, your own thoughts about something when you jump in a conversation. Share your own communication style amongst other communications and other people, whatever people is talking about, whether they're talking about sports or whatever like that. You're going to want to initiate your own way of communicating about it, your own way of thinking about it, instead of just relating to others and being in like a grief. You don't even care if it becomes an opposing type situation. You're down with that. Now when it comes to the intellectual dreamer though, your thoughts is going to be on an abstract, trying to learn things from a scientific point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like analyzing, seeing how something works. Now, when it gets filtered through your sun sign, which is your actions, the way you act, and if the way you act is Piscean, like, which is being connective and being connected with the emotions and the feelings amongst the energies and the world that you're in, a lot of times, Mercury, the things that you think about, you're gonna express that in a very emotional way. You're gonna express that in a very feeling way. You're gonna express all these new ideas you got, all these new abstract things that you just learned about. You're gonna express that. You're gonna feel a way about that, like, you know what I'm saying, shit that you experienced, somebody just gave you a new idea about this person, or a new idea about this thing, or you just found out something about something, you're going to feel a way about that and express it, and it's going to be on you, and you ain't going to have no choice. This is your actions. You're going to want to connect it with something. So whether it's, if it's a volatile energy or a good positive energy, you're going to want to connect that with others once you start getting these ideas and these communication thoughts. Now your mind is going to be on communicating and thinking, but your sun and your actions may not be very well at that. It may be better at connecting and expressing its connectivity, you know what I'm saying, in an emotional way, in a behind the scenes realm type of way. So right here, this makes a person able to put words to their expression. So you're like a good talker. You know how your actions is more predicated on calming somebody down with your words. Like you know how to use the right words. It may not always make sense, but you know the right words to use and have the right broad perspective behind it in order to let somebody know how you truly feel about them, because that's really what Pisces is going to do regardless. Like, you're going to try to think not to let this person know everything you feel when Mercury is in Aquarius, but at the same time, Pisces has no choice a lot of times. So it may become disingenuous when it let Aquarius do hold back sometimes. But when Aquarius is not holding back, it's letting everything out, because it's not attaching feelings to everything it thinks about and everything it communicate about. And then when it gets filtered through your actions, which is the emotions and feelings, your words become very it start to hold weight, even if it's something that you didn't really mean. It holds weight. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you communicated it. You communicate like words, like you know what you're talking about. That's Aquarius. Then that is placed in Mercury, and that's how you think and analyze and communicate. Then when it's being placed in an indecisive, actionary type of placement, like Sun in Pisces, then you're gonna act indecisive on things you know about. So it's almost like you know about something, but you're always giving someone every point of view of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's wisdom. It's like you're giving someone a good and bad side right here, but in a thinking way. You're sparking thought. You're sparking information. You're giving information for their feelings and emotions, and you're doing it in an expressive way, and not just trying to throw an emotion on somebody or throw your emotional weight around or being connected to other people's emotional weight. You're giving it thought still. You know what I'm saying? So you're letting your thoughts still come out, and you're letting the thoughts and the way you think affect other person's emotions, but you're going to be emotional regardless, just because you're Sun there. But you're not going to always, like, when the Mercury is in Pisces, a lot of times you give your own expression off. You give your own emotional weight off. With Mercury being in Aquarius, a lot of times you know how to detach from your own self and just align yourself with how another person may feel. So that's what makes you the intellectual dreamer, because you're able to take other people's dreams and your dreams and able to express it in a more thought out, planned way. Now when we get to the spiritual dreamer, that's Mercury in Aries. So when you are Pisces and you have Mercury in Aries, this is the spiritual dreamer. So right here, what is Aries? Aries is cardinal fire. We know cardinal is initiating and creating new, and in this case, the feelings and the seeing, the seeing. Ways of seeing things. So when a person tries to see the way they feel, they give the way they feel a look, a place, or a location. So that creates a vision, and these people like to express it. So this is the way you think. You think and communicate and analyze new ways of seeing things, new ways of feeling about things. So when it gets filtered out through your Sun and your actions and the way you act is to connect to other people's ways of feeling, you know how everybody feeling in a room. Then the way you think is to initiate a new way how to feel about that. So if everybody is in a rut, is down, you know how to come in and initiate and create a new way of how to feel about them being down. So you know how to lift them back up. Just like you lift their spirits back up. You know what I'm saying? This will make spiritual gurus. You know what I'm saying? Mercury and Aries, Sun and Pisces people. Also, my stomach, man. My stomach's going crazy. You know, I've been having stomach problems for a while. Now, also, when we talk about the spiritual dreamer. Now, the spiritual dreamer also, this is going to help the Pisces express themselves better in ways that's warranted. So they know. For an example, the Pisces is going to want to connect with the room, connect with everybody, and also know what to do and know what not to do in situations by dealing with the emotions and the feelings and how they feel about the situation that they're in. Now, if their mind is on initiating and creating new ways of seeing that. So they're going to have new visions. They know how to create new visions about the situations that they're in. These are people who know how to talk themselves into a happy situation. It's steam. It creates steamy type situations, layers, creativity in this realm of reality, but not quite in this realm of reality. When you look at steam, you can see right through it, but you know something there. You still know something there. So that's something in this realm of reality and not in it at the same time. So these people are a lot of times they may not be logical at all. They may be pure expression, pure yin. But at the same time, they know what they're actually feeling, and they see their feelings for what they are, and they have the right expression for it. So they express what they truly feel. They express what they truly see. These can be the most exciting Pisces you know. You know what I'm saying? They let the excitement control them, and when they're down, they could get the lowest they could get. You know what I'm saying? But they don't like to get low. They like to stay high because of steam, and steam goes up. So right here, their mind is on, their actions is they want to act on their dreams, act on their creativities, their illusions and their passions and stuff like that. But their mind, if they're Mercury and Aries, their mind is going to be seeing new ways of how to do that and seeing new ways of how to feel about that. So their mind is on always trying to create new ways of how to get out their expressions when it gets filtered through their sun sign. So that's what makes them the creative dreamer, well, the spiritual dreamer, because they add inspiration and optimism to what they actually want and admire on this earth in all creative endeavors. And that's your 3 forms of Pisces, and that's overall what makes Pisces the dreamer. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. Damn.